for football now from Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver. Today, a good battle in the AFC. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Denver Broncos. Mike Tirico along with my partner Greg Olson. It's Will Lutz, the kicker, who gets this started. Off we go from Denver. A good return as he takes it across the 30. So here come the Jaguars, and Greg, it brings out Trevor Lawrence. Many ups and downs in his first 4 seasons. Now year 5 for the former #1 overall pick out of Clemson.
You think back just a few years ago, Mike, Trevor Lawrence coming out of Clemson, he was regarded as one of the top quarterback prospects of the last decade, and at times he's fit the billing, but it's been the inconsistency, protect the ball, turnovers. If he can clean up a lot of those miscues, he could be one of the top quarterbacks in this league.
And he'll be run out of bounds. That's a good game. On first down, they pick up 7 yards.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That's complete. It's Parker Washington. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
That's good.
Doing a nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Flushed to his left.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback, just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And this time the rush gets home. And down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Here's 3rd and 7. Lawrence. He's got his man. It's complete to Thomas. They get 12 yards on that pass. First down, Jacksonville.
Jaguars, first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And they certainly don't waste any time getting him involved. And we knew coming in that he would be a part of the game plan, but if this is a sign of things to come, he could be in store for a big game.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Lawrence. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now, that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
throw left side, taken in by Thomas. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars are out to an early 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So the Broncos come out, and Greg, they are led by their QB of the future. Found their guy with the 6th quarterback selection in the 2024 draft. Second season now for Bo Nix.
Well, it didn't take long for Bo Nix to establish himself as a bona fide starter in this league, winning the position with the Broncos as a rookie. He has all the intangibles, but really what sticks out the most, Mike, is the amount of starts he made in college. It's kind of similar to Brock Purdy. Very experienced at the college level. Let's see how that carries over here to the NFL level.
12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
They'll go play action with Nix. That is caught, and it's Troy Franklin. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 5. Nix gonna keep it on the zone read. Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
You could see the quarterback, once he got the snap, he was looking for any seam, any daylight, but nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 6. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He's got his man. He finds Sutton. 17 yards on that connection. First down, Broncos.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Play action now. It's Nix. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
2 more yards.
That pass play good for 22. Good for a Denver first down.
At the 18-yard line.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
That was just a race to the edge, and in this case, Mike, he just wasn't the winner. I mean, at this point, when the defense is out there waiting for you, it's tough for any runner in this league to even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
2nd down. Nix. Now they'll set up the screen for Harvey.
Nix's pass complete to R.J. Harvey. A gain of 11. It's now 3rd and 2.
They've moved the ball well here, but now face 3rd and 2. They'll try to run here with Harvey. And he will have a Broncos first down. It's a gain of 6 on 3rd and 3.
Nice run right there. You get down here into the red zone area, Mike, and yards are hard to come by. He's able to stick his head in there and sets him up for 1st and goal.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. Harvey is into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Will Lutz now for the PAT. He's got it. Broncos move out to a 7-3 lead.
The score, Broncos 7, Jaguars 3.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Jaguars offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Now Lawrence on the bootleg. That's swung out to Etienne. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
On the play brings up 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Lawrence out quickly to Thomas on the RPO. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
To throw is Lawrence. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
On 4th down, here's the AFC Pro Bowler from a year ago, Logan Cook to punt. The Broncos have Marvin Mims out for the return. This fielded inside the 35. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. The Broncos offense ready for their 2nd possession. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
First down.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looks like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
I had a rule, Mike, when I was playing that if the ball hit either of my hands, it was a drop. You don't get paid in the NFL to make the easy ones. You get paid in the NFL to make them all, and I think that's a catch he's got to come down with.
This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target.
Brings up 3rd down.
And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. He'll take a shot here, back to the end zone. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. Let's see who they got. On 4th down, the veteran Will Lutz for the Broncos field goal. This one from 54 yards out. Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos go out to a 10-3 lead.
Jaguars 3.
So let's give the kicker some credit. Not only was it a really good save by the holder, but his ability to make that kick when the timing wasn't right is a lot easier said than done. So they got to get to the sideline. Long snapper's got to do his side of the bargain here, and they've got to be better the next time out.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. On the return, it's Parker Washington. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Here's carry number 1 for Travis Etienne. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
He was brought down at the 26. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
So, from the 26-yard line, here is 2nd down and 7. Lawrence now. Now a screen set up for Etienne. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now Lawrence. That's complete to Etienne. And he couldn't get free along the sideline. He's out of bounds, no gain, and it sets up 4th down.
So, Mike, there's this idea that every time a defense blitzes, it has to result in a sack, but there's a lot of other ways that you can impact the play, and we see it here. Get the ball out of the quarterback's hand, get it to the check down, and now you just need to rally tackle and bring them down for a loss.
To return, it's Mims, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Nix now on 1st and 10. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
By Trayvon Walker.
One quarter in the books. It's the Broncos with the early lead. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. The Broncos in possession of the football to begin the second quarter, and they are facing a 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Back to throw is Nix. That's caught left side by Ingram. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
So barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it looks like this is going to be a 3 and out. So this offense has to get to the sideline and regroup, figure out what went wrong, fix it, because they've got to be able to maintain possession the next time out.
Going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Jaguars offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Lawrence. The coverage right there, and it's knocked away. Incomplete. Parker Washington was the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd down.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic, and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time, he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down, they need 5. To throw is Lawrence. This one complete to Washington. And he's very close to a 1st down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
It's 4th down.
I think in this field position, Mike, when 4th and short, I think you got to go for it. I think there's at least a conversation going on the sideline about whether you keep your offense on the field or send out your punt unit.
Lawrence throwing on 4th down. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down. Aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on 4th down.
A little bit of a risky decision for some, Mike, but frankly, I really like it. I think the days of being aggressive on 4th down, even on your side of the field, are here to stay. And while some people say this is over-aggressive, in this case, the aggressiveness paid off, and they're going to keep this drive alive.
He will find Thomas. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
from the 29. Here's 2nd and 3. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. This one hauled in by Thomas. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 14
That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down.
1st and 10.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
In motion comes Thomas. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
It's a loss
The
of a
speed
yard.
and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete, but now a penalty flag comes in late. He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar.
Automatic first down.
The defense still arguing about that pass interference call, but their focus needs to be a stop. They face 1st and goal. Etienne will get into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Touchdown, Jaguars.
Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Jaguars will tie things up. It's now 10-10. All level at 10 as this one's kicked off. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Drive starts on the ground, and this is Harvey. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, there to stop.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28. Throwing is Nix. Got it into the hands of Mims. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
That's good.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Finding room across midfield. And he'll wind up getting this all the way down to the Jags' 38-yard line.
Gain of 26 yards.
That one good for 26 yards.
Broncos first down.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs kind of help wear down the defense. And I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
On first down, they'll stick with Harvey. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 9. Mims sent in motion here. Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. That's taken in by Franklin. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll let the fullback try to push the punt. And he will have a Broncos first down. He will convert 3rd and short, and they pick up 4.
Fullback dive. I'm not sure the last time I saw a fullback dive, Mike. It's kind of a lost art nowadays. But, hey, 3rd and 1, it can still be so effective, especially if you have the right guy at the position. So, good play call, good execution, and he's able to pick up first down.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 20, here's 2nd down and 6. They'll go play action with Nix. Good coverage there in the end zone, and is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
And 6 yards to
There isn't
go.
much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way.
He's got his tight end. It's Ingram. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
And the Broncos first down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on 3rd down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If that was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball. All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
On 2nd down, it's Nix. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Broncos. Lutz for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Broncos go up by 7. It is now 17-10.
Jaguars 10.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Washington now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. Find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. And let's give him about 4 on that one. Nick Bonito there for the tackle.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 5. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he is out of bounds at the 45. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Got a man downfield. It's Thomas. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
First down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll run it here with Etienne. And he's in! Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jacksonville. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Here's Cam Little for the PAT. He knocks it through, and the Jaguars will come back to tie things at 17. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Troy Franklin, the intended target. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 24-yard line.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
2nd down. Nix. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
He's got it! And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
33.
A big-time play for the Broncos. 33 yards.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
I love the aggressive approach. You don't want to give the ball back to your opponent in this situation. So they dial up a shot play, push the ball downfield, results in a massive play here late in the first half.
Pass complete to Evan Ingram. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
Now it's 2nd and 1. Here's Nix to throw. To the left side, into the hands of Franklin. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down.
It's a gain
after
of 8.
A gain of 7.
And the Broncos.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. There's certain guys, Mike, that have earned the right to make those tight window throws. And that doesn't mean that he's not going to get himself into trouble from time to time, but we've seen throughout his career his ability to make throws that other guys are either uncomfortable or unable to make is a big reason why he's kind of in a class all of his own.
He'll get that complete to Franklin. Now a timeout, Denver. That's their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime. Third down and 3. Now Nick's going to look to throw. He's got his man. He finds Sutton. And the Broncos are going to be set up. First and goal. Tackle made at the 9.
First down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
The Jags offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And a nice run there. He'll get 9 yards. Mark with the 29.
He's tackled at
The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here. And it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half. Second and a yard. He'll keep it on the ground here again. He'll have a first down as he gets this up close to the 40-yard line. Now a timeout signal for him, and they'll get it with 10 seconds until the break.
First down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. This one not quite on target. Got him too much. That one falls incomplete.
You know, there's a rule that's pretty simple when you're running routes against zone coverage, Mike, and it's as simple as if you're open, stay open. Instead, you see the receiver here, he ends up running to a covered window, and it just clouds the vision of the quarterback. Instead of throwing into a wide open target, he's now forced to throw into a contested area.
Now second down throw for Lawrence. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Throwing is Lawrence. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. Cam Little for this field goal attempt. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. So, halftime straight ahead, and we send it over to Scott Hansen, who has the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with first and 10. They'll throw. It's Nix. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
It's a gain of 11.
11 yards
That's
for
good
number 11.
Broncos.
And a first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier. Great job here by this linebacker, Mike. There was no reading and reacting. From the snap, he was attacking, meets the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
They'll try again. It's second and 10. Play action now. It's Nix. That's caught left side by Ingram. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Nix from the gun on third down. That's complete. Taken in by Franklin. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
And the Broncos.
That's the second time they found him on this drive, and this one's good for 24 yards.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 8. A run once more, that's Harvey. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
Here's 3rd and 2. Again, it's Harvey. And he will have a Broncos 1st down by about a yard. They're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
On the zone read, this is Nix. Showing off the footwork, sliding down after a gain of 8.
You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I have seen up close and personal, when you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
On the bootleg, it's Nix. That's swung out to Harvey. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down. They are set up with 1st and goal.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
They'll set up the screen to McLaughlin. And he's into the end zone. Khalil McLaughlin. Touchdown, Denver. Here's Lutz now for the extra point. The kick is good. The Broncos have taken a 4-point advantage.
Jaguars 20.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Washington now to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Jaguars offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll give it to ETN to start this drive. And this will be a Jaguars first down as the tackle is made right at the 36.
A gain of 12 yards.
I'll tell you what, Mike, this is a guy that you do not want to have to tackle in space. I mean, the footwork, the agility, the ability to go side to side and then still have the burst and explosiveness to pick up big yards. I mean, this guy's a handful.
They'll go back to Etienne on first down. Oh, a loose football. The Broncos have it.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay, so they might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. It is 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Tight end going in motion here. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That is caught by Washington. It's a gain of 12 there. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
To the right side, hauled in by Myers. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 5. Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 4th down.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw is Nix. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver, and that will lead to a second down.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor, and this time it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
And the
A
Broncos
pickup there of 13. First down, Broncos.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Throw it. Nix. Open man. Downfield. It's Franklin. And he will score. Troy Franklin. Touchdown, Broncos. Lutz for the extra point. He's got it. And the Broncos will extend this third quarter lead.
Broncos 31, Jaguars 20.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. He's to midfield. They're going to be set up with a short field. What a tremendous kick return.
You know, Mike, for a lot of guys in the league, the best way to make an impact as a rookie is through special teams. And anytime you can make yourself valuable, find a way to contribute, you do it. And that was a heck of a return right there.
Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. Lawrence now. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Lawrence. Now a screen set up for Etienne. This one's going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Broncos offense, and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're going to try to keep it going. On first down, here's Nix to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they're going to get him down right at the 25.
It's a gain of 11.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. He'll take a shot with Mims. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down.
Well, it's not going to make up for all the plays that they've been on the wrong side of up until this point. They finally are able to land a jab of their own, knock this ball away, and get a much-needed incomplete pass.
Second down, Nix. Now they'll set up the screen for Harvey. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
Brings up third down and 9.
Third and 9. To throw is Nix. He'll try to run for it. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. A big one there on third down, good for 26 yards.
And the Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And this is when it just gets very frustrating as a defense, because this is what it's been like all day. The pass rush is good, but just not quite good enough. They let him slip through, and he burns them with big yardage.
A run with Harvey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Sometimes there's just nowhere to go, right? We ask these running backs, Mike, to do a lot of work, find space, create something out of nothing. Well, this time, he was able to create nothing out of nothing.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try again here. Second and 10. Working out of the gun. It's Nix. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
And this is going to pin them back. It's out of bounds inside the 10.
At their own 8-yard line.
The Jaguars offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start first and 10. This runs straight ahead for ETN. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
This one complete to Washington. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
Give him 14 on that one. First down, Jacksonville.
First down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
ETN now on first and 10. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 28-yard line.
Back to throw. Lawrence. That's brought in by Myers. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
That's a gain of 3. Now third and 5.
Watch him right there, watch him right there.
To throw is Lawrence. Catch made right side by Thomas. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Patrick motioning here. A first down throw for Lawrence. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Second and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
Just didn't quite get enough into that ball. You see sometimes the pressure, the rush, force a quarterback to throw the ball off his back foot, and I think there was a little bit of that here at play. You have to be willing to step up, even in the face of pressure, and get enough behind that ball to put that one a little bit more on the money.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Rush comes, they're setting up the screen, and a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
It's a pretty good effort there on third and long. Initially, I really thought that screen was timed up pretty well, and he had a chance to pick up the first down, but give credit to the defense. It was the pursuit and running to the ball, and they're able to stop him just short.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. And he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked, and they will turn it over on down.
So as an offensive coordinator, you have to have answers for what the defense throws at you. And in this case, your quarterback is sitting back there. He has nowhere to go with the ball on fourth down. He ends up taking the sack, and now your drive is over.
Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. They'll go play action with Nix. That's caught on the right side by Sutton. 12 yards on that hookup. Good for a Denver first down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. We don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. On the ground, this is Harvey. And a nice run there as he surges forward, a gain of 8, and sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
It's the quarterback with the sneak, and he will have a Broncos first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker, and they convert on 3rd and inches.
15-yard line.
From the gun, that is a run with Harvey. And the Broncos are going to be set up 1st and goal. Good running takes them down to about the 4.
That's another Broncos first down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
Now from the 7, it's 2nd and goal. On the bootleg, it's Nix. That's swung out to Harvey.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Denver. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Here's Lutz now for the extra point. He gets it to go. Broncos will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Jaguars 20.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Washington now to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Going down the middle of the field, and he's got his tight ends. That's good for 27 and a first down.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Anytime you see a receiver at this level miss a ball that easy, it's just concentration. They just take it for granted. All of a sudden, they're thinking about what their next move is or what they're going to do after the catch. And instead of just focusing on first things first, secure the catch, put the ball away, then become a runner. And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity. But with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
So after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. That's swung out to ETN. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
It's almost like the defense knew the back was getting the ball there, because from the moment the ball was snapped, there was a defender all over him. He's able to bring him down for a loss.
Let's see what they do here. This is 4th and long. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on 4th and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away. The Broncos offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point, and now they'll try to finish up strong. Nix now on 1st and 10.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw is Nix. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there. And now it's going to be 3rd down. Throwing is Nix. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. That is Josh Hines-Allen from his defensive end spot to record the sack.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
The Broncos bringing out their punter.
For the Broncos.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Jaguars offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. To throw is Lawrence. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Complete to number 84, Hunter Vaughn. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He's got it downfield. Myers the connection. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And the Jaguars.
A big play for Jacksonville.
A gain of
And
30.
even 30 yards.
First down, Jacksonville.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. He'll go right back to Myers. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Complete to Jacoby Myers.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
A throw behind his man, can't reel it back in. And that'll go down as an incompletion. Tim Patrick was the intended target. 3rd down coming up.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Good for a Jaguars.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
In motion is Myers. Lawrence now to throw on 1st down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
2nd down and 10.
Jacoby Myers was the intended target. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. Lawrence now. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come 3rd down.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
And that sideline just cannot believe their guy did not come down with that play. I mean, that's as easy as it gets. I frankly don't blame him. I mean, that's a play at this level you just have to make. Your teammates are dependent on it.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. Oh, he's going to be very close. It depends on the mark, but he is short. They've held him on 4th down. What a stand.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The Broncos offense getting set to get back to work. And still 2 timeouts left for the defense, but no real need to use them. They're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Drive starts on the ground, and this is Harvey. And he'll get 4 here, up to the 24-yard line.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Second and 5. Straight ahead goes Harvey. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done.
Third down.
Here's third down and a few inches. So this will wind up a win for the Broncos. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the second half. No points allowed, and they cruised to victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Broncos are winners. As we say, so long from Denver.